Good morning everyone, Nick from Eat Smoke Fire here, week number 39. So that's not the celebration. I thought it was going to be week 40, but it's not. I've checked, it's the 39th live show since we started in lockdown. So pretty impressive. Thank you for sticking with us, thank you for joining us, thank you for having fun with us, thank you for all your recipe suggestions. So, breaking with a bit of tradition here, sort of 3 dishes, but not 2. Just 2 dishes, but one has 2 elements to it, so that's sort of 3. But I'm only going to use 2 eggs. I don't think we've ever only used 2 eggs. So yeah, just 2 eggs. We'll see how that goes. But first, to the celebration part. Why not? He says probably can't see because I left my glass inside, but you know, it's not every day. It's your wedding anniversary. So happy wedding anniversary, Mrs. Meat Smoke Fire.
Thank you.
2 whole years today. Now, there is a bit of a story behind that. I think we got together a mere 27 years ago, is it?
26 or 27.
26 or 27, sort of lost count. I'm not a big one into tradition, so Mrs. Meat Smoke Fire never got an engagement ring, but she did get her 10-year long service award, which is effectively her engagement ring. She told me, you're not going to marry me, at least I want a ring. So she got 10 years long service. And then as it went on, we got to closer to 20 years. So she said, I need another long service award. So she did get another long, there you go, Mrs. Meat Smoke Fire.
Oh, thank you.
I'll turn the camera around on her in a minute. Once
Cheers.
I pour myself one. Hang on, whoa.
Oh.
She's at it already. Jeez. Just can't get the staff, I tell you. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Hopefully you've all got a glass of bubbles in your hand, or should I have prompted you on that one? Anyway. Here she is. Having bubbles, in a woolly hat, in the garden, but it has stopped raining. So that's a great thing. Anyway, she'll have to just pick it up and sip as we go. Anyway, here we go. So, 2 dishes today. It might be a bit of a car crash. This has been absolutely manic in the preparation, because at about 10 o'clock, somebody realised that one of the key ingredients wasn't here. So I've had to go out shopping. Anyway, right, so we're doing 2 dishes. We are doing the Sri Lankan monkfish curry that we promised you 3 or 4 months ago, if not longer than that. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that with a lemon rice, so something a little bit different. And we're also going to do the pancakes that I did during the week, because they were so delicious and you'd all love them. So let's go to that egg straight away. We've got an egg, it's on about 200 degrees, it's actually a bit warm. This egg goes like a trooper.
So someone said you haven't finished the story after 20 years. How did the wedding come about?
Oh, so ever the romantic. Tax reasons. Right, have a look in there. Yeah, we got to the point where you know, we weren't able to have kids. Oh, that's hot. We weren't able to have, of course it's hot, it's in there at 200 degrees. We weren't able to have kids, so, and we built this lovely house, and it got to the point where we're like, and we live in Cambridge, so things are just stupidly expensive. So we needed to get married to avoid inheritance tax. There you go. I always told her if we ever got married it'd be for tax reasons. She's pissing herself, and it's happened. It happened.
Ever the romantic.
But we did get married in the snow, in Ely, just up the road, in a really romantic registry office, and we exchanged rings in front of the filing cabinets. We were there with Helena's mum and dad. So yeah, right, let's get cooking. So egg, and nobody knew, by the way. No, absolutely, other than family, which there aren't a lot of, nobody knew that we were going to do it. So yeah, we got to surprise everyone, which is great. Right, so in here we're going to do the sauce first. So I've got chopped onion, chopped mushroom, chopped garlic. That's all going to go in the cast iron pan. You know how much I love these. In the cast iron pan, a whole load of oil in here. This isn't healthy. It's not supposed to be. So about 3 or 4 tablespoons, 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. And what we're going to do is just mix that together and let it do its thing. So this will be the sauce that will go with our pancakes. So onion, mushroom, bit of garlic. We're going to add pepper and salt to it, and then a whole ooziness of cream, if there is such a thing. So that's going in. So I'll keep this shut. That's going to sit about 200 degrees, 150, 200 degrees. I've got the top layer of the expander here because we're going to use that later. We'll lift that up while we're cooking the pancakes. So we can do a whole dish in an egg using the expander. Right, second egg. We're going to do our curry. So we're going to do curry and rice on this. And we're going to do it in a wok. And it's just started raining. Typical. So, big green egg wok. I've got this, and this is a little bit warm, so I'm going to turn it down. We've got this about 180, 200. It's just above that. So I'm going to pop the wok in to warm up. Now, what I have done is I've done a little bit of prep. So we have some monkfish, so about 500 grams of monkfish, just under a teaspoon of turmeric, and then some lemon juice. Juice of 2 lemons, I think it was. It's on the recipe. No, it's not lemon, it's limes. Juice of 2 limes, squeezed over. So it's sort of partially cooking in it in the acid. That will cook the monkfish, but it'll also give it a lot of flavour. So that's been like that for about an hour and a bit. Okay, a bit longer. So what we're going to do in this one, we're going to get on just heating up the wok. So I'm going to get some groundnut oil in there, just to season it. You should have seen this wok about 20 minutes ago. It was rusty and horrible because somebody left it out in the garden. Anyway, so we have an onion. So going in with our whole onion, and we're going to sweat that down, start breaking up. Just chopped it, and to that we are going to add about just over a thumb of ginger, 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. That's 3. So they're going in. And to make this a bit more authentic, some fresh curry leaves. So we're going to take a little handful of these bad boys. Must be time for more champagne in a minute.
Someone just said they reckon it's already gone to your head. I think you're just feeling the pressure because we weren't quite as organised as we normally were. But you've only had a sip of champagne.
Yeah. Right, curry leaves going in. So we're just going to stir all that lot together.
Okay, so do you want to do a little recap? Because we've got quite a few new people joining.
Okay, so quick recap. We are doing 3 dishes. We're doing a lemon rice to go with our monkfish, Sri Lankan monkfish curry. So that's one meal. And then on the other one, we're going to do some toasted corn, which has already just come off. I toasted this before, it's cooled down a bit now. Toasted it off beforehand. So toasted corn pancakes. So we'll get that ready while that does its thing. So I have already made the batter. So I'll talk you through that.
Someone's asked, where did you get the fresh curry leaves from?
Sainsbury's.
Okay.
Yeah, herb counter at Sainsbury's. So we're going to take our corn. We've toasted it just to cook it a bit, hold it at the top and just cut down, take the kernels off. Simple as that. I love toasted corn, and I think we talked about going to a corn cook-off in Wisconsin before, where when they harvest the corn, they celebrate it and they get huge tin baths, the old bathtubs, and they fill them with water and put the corn in there. So you've got loads of corn in there, and then they leave it overnight, husks and all, they're all in the husks, and then everyone turns up the following day, you take your corn in the husk, you put it on the grill, on the barbecue, you keep, somebody's there to keep turning it until all the outside goes black. The water inside helps steam the corn, and then you peel back the husk, and you use that as a handle then, and then they have big paint pots full of butter, and you just dip the corn into the paint pot with butter, and then off you go and eat your corn on the cob. It's delicious. Right, so we're putting the corn into a pancake mix. Now this is a savoury pancake mix, so it's just 200 grams of self-raising flour, 200 millilitres of milk, a teaspoon of baking powder to help it rise, 3 eggs, and that's about it. Really simple. And now the corn's going to go in. We tried this with spring onions in the week and decided it's much nicer with the corn. So the recipe that I saw online was, or that the idea we saw online was for spring onions. But
they actually used a very different dough mix, the one I saw.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they used a thinner dough mix, but we wanted to go with American fluffy, stack them all up. So yeah.
I think the kids will love these as well.
Yeah, really good. So all that is an American pancake mix and corn, simple as. So we'll put that back over here. I'm not going to start cooking those yet, but I am going to come to our curry. And we'll keep that moving around. So it's getting a bit of colour on those onions. So I've got the mushrooms in my head now. Might put a tiny bit more oil in there. This is just groundnut oil, so peanut oil or, we just keep it in these jars, but it's groundnut oil. But peanut oil would do. Vegetable oil's fine. Looking good. This isn't going to take long at all, this one. So, really speedy cook this one. And then we'll get back to those pancakes. So leave that a couple more minutes. We'll have a look at how our sauce is getting on this one. Sorry to keep you moving.
It's all right.
So it's starting to sweat down, but it's going to take a little while, but that's fine. So in this one, it's just mushrooms, onions. We've got a bit of garlic in there. I haven't put any salt and pepper in yet, but I might put that in now. It's not too hot for the pepper. Always remember, if you're cooking steaks or anything where the heat is really high, don't put pepper on it until after you've cooked it, because the pepper will burn. This is down around 200 degrees, so we're all right. So I've got about a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper in there. I'm going to go in with all of that, just to give it a bit of flavouring, and then we'll get that mixed in. Using the Big Green Egg cast iron pans, but you could do this in one of those Tefal Ingenios. That's what we use. Spitting a bit, whoops, spilt a bit there. You could use the Tefal Ingenios, you could use a Dutch oven, or a stainless steel pan. You saw me 2 weeks ago, I think, using a stainless steel pan. So, anyway, who have we got on?
Cheese is on.
Ooh. Morning, Cheese.
Sammy the Chamois.
Sammy the Chamois. Simon Crowe. We call him Sammy the Chamois. He's our window cleaner. But I've known him for, since he was probably 9. We windsurf together. And he's toying with buying an egg. Do it, Sammy. I'll give you a buzz.
Ben.
Ben the farmer.
Yes, Ben the farmer.
Ben the farmer.
Karen.
Is he in his tractor today? Is he ploughing?
Karen.
Not ploughing. Yeah, he might be ploughing today.
Spencer Wells.
Morning.
Sammy says, nice to see you're up.
He always cleans our windows at just after 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not. But,
It's about 7:30ish, I think.
Yeah.
But
We're not early birds.
No need to rush in the morning.
Every month he comes and cleans the windows. I think we've been burgled.
Who else was on, did I see? Alex.
Pemberton.
Yeah.
Morning, Alex.
Ed is on. Ed Stoneham.
Ed Stoneham. Morning, Ed. Just up the village.
Steve from the village is also on.
Morning, Steve. And Sandra, of course. They always do it together. They do their yoga first, then they do this and have their brunch, and they're creatures of habit, apparently.
Ollie from Meat Matters is on.
Morning, Ollie.
Go on, carry on. Were you going to say something?
No, go.
Okay, no.
I've just been seeing pictures of his meat and his son in the butchery this week, and I must reply to him. It's been a mad week. I must say thank you to anyone who bought something from us this week. It does make a huge difference, and this week has been particularly mad, busy. you wouldn't have thought so many people would be egging in January like us nutters, but they are. So it's been.
You know
So
what I say
I must
to
get
you?
back to Ollie.
There's only 2 accessories you need.
Yes.
A brolly and a beer.
Yeah. Glass of wine.
All right.
But yeah.
Drink of your choice.
Right. They're doing well. Let's have a look at the curry. Looking good. Right. Oh yeah. Right. Just getting a little bit of catch on those onions, so it's time to move on. Right. So we have our. In this, we have our onions. We have our ginger, our garlic. We have some curry leaves, and to that now we're going to add. We've got 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds, the vital ingredient that was missing from the cupboard earlier. We've got a teaspoon of cumin and a teaspoon of fenugreek, so they're all going in. We also have in here cardamom pods, and I've given them a bit of a crush. I'm just going to take the husks out. Don't know if this is any good on camera. So I'm just going to take the husks out, but leave all the seeds in there. So we've got 3 cardamom pods in there. You just don't want these husks. They are, you know, a bit like
Lucy.
straw. And we're just going to give those a
Morning, Neil.
bit of a crush up. Get those in. We've got 2 fresh green chilies going in to give it the heat. And we're going to give that a minute to cook down a bit.
So Stuart, do we have any Let's-Qs in stock? At the moment we have got a couple of large Let's-Qs left. We are waiting
Oh,
waiting for
yeah,
the delivery.
The saga with the Brexit import of these Let's-Qs that were ordered on the 23rd of December, 60 of them coming through. By the time they get here, I'll have enough back orders that I'll need to have ordered the next lot.
Morning, Malcolm.
But they're all still in Holland, but I am assured they are in a container, just waiting for the container to fill up. But that was last night's news. I've been chasing them all week. It's driving me nuts. This Brexit import thing, not getting political, it's an absolute fiasco. But yeah, right. Right, they're all cooked nicely. So now we go in with, got some green beans. I like green beans, bit of colour in there. We're going in with
was that in the recipe?
No, this is my recipe.
Okay.
It is in the recipe.
Okay.
If you haven't gathered, I go out and look at all recipes around and then modify them all, a bit like I did with Mark's aubergine parmigiana the other week. Tomatoes on the vine, chopped up, they're going in. We're going in with our monkfish and our lime juice and our turmeric. And actually the recipe does call for another half a teaspoon of turmeric. So we're going to go in with that. This is going to be a very lemony dish, lemon coloured dish. Oh, look at the colours in that. And now,
Oh, okay, yeah.
tamarind paste. Now we buy a block of tamarind pulp, and that has all the seeds in it, stones in it. So what you need to do is cover it with boiling water and stir it so it breaks down a bit, and then put it through a sieve. Oh, it smells delicious.
So Sam's asked, what did you do with the monkfish? She
Oh, if you missed that, okay, yeah. So the monkfish, and here this is just coconut milk. It's a very solid, good solid one, this one. All the way down to the bottom. So the monkfish had a teaspoon of turmeric and juice of 2 limes. I'll burn the spoon here. And then left for an hour. So the lime will start to cook the monkfish and also flavour it. And now we just need to cook this down for about, they say 10 minutes, but you know, the recipes will go 10 minutes, but I think we've got enough heat in it that it won't be that long. What we do need to do is just make sure we get that monkfish cooked through.
You can use your thermopen for that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's in my pocket, in my apron. Right. So, we've got everything in that. I'm happy. We'll leave that.
Right.
Just going to wipe my hands a little bit.
Check this mushroom.
Yep. Just pop that in the bin. Right, in here.
Ooh, that's looking good.
Nicely cooked down, not quite browned off yet. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. I just want to get the mushrooms so they start getting a little bit brown on them. Some of them are just starting to turn. They've chucked out all their water, and now they're just going to get caramelised a little bit on them. So we just leave them for another 2 or 3 minutes, and then they'll caramelise on the outside. Now then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on top of the expander and put them up top so they carry on cooking while we cook the pancakes below. I'm only going to cook enough for one person today, so there'll be lots of batter left because everything gets cold while we're doing this. So we'll probably finish them off afterwards, or we'll have them for tea, and we'll have monkfish for lunch. We haven't worked that bit out yet.
No.
Another glass of pop.
We are having a quiz tonight, so I've got to be on fine form.
Yeah. So for those who are late, it's our wedding anniversary.
So morning Jason, morning Richard.
New people. Good.
Sorry, I was just putting my glass down.
Yeah, morning to all the new people. So we've been doing these this is our 39th week. There's loads of recipes out there. I am a bit slow at writing some of these up. The pancakes is done. The lemon rice is done. And once I've got a photo of the curry, that'll be done. So we're nearly there for this week. And last week's are all now written up.
Awesome. So Lexi's done us made us a wedding anniversary themed quiz for later.
Oh, well remembered, Lex. Lex is our niece. So I'm going to give that a little stir in here and have a little taste, see if we need to season. Not bad. A little bit of salt for me. We could put fish sauce in there, that would be very authentic. It's in the kitchen. We're going with salt. I was fortunate enough to cycle through Sri Lanka 7 or 8 years ago, and so have beautiful food like this. We spent 2 weeks cycling from the middle of Sri Lanka right down to the bottom coast. I think it's only about 400 miles, but really hilly. One day we did 2,400 metres of climbing.
Okay, so few
nice.
New joiners. So hola Carlos.
Morning, Carlos.
So
our monkfish is already close to 50 degrees. We want 63 fish is good at.
Okay, so someone's asked, have you got aprons in stock at the moment, and what size is?
I have the XL aprons in stock. I don't have the large. I do need to place an order with the lady who makes them, who lives in my village. We'll be doing that this week, going over here. She's probably, sorry about that, she's probably quite busy in the run up now to Valentine's Day. There's never a good I didn't order them before Christmas because she's absolutely flat out after Christmas. They run an online business but make our aprons. But I didn't order them before Christmas because she's absolutely flat out, which is a bit. But now she'll be flat out on Valentine's Day. Then it'll be, I don't know, Dad's Day or Father's Day or.
Right. Sauce of the monkfish. It was a Waitrose special, wasn't it?
The what?
Waitrose.
The monkfish. Yeah, it came from Waitrose. Right.
So for those of you who don't know, we try and buy fish on a Friday from Waitrose because they tend to. How much do you get off on a Friday? I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, if you take your My Waitrose card or your John Lewis card, you get 20% off on Friday.
So we tend to do that.
Right, so all I've done here, I'm going in with the expander basket. I'm keeping the skillet there. I've got another skillet there. I'm keeping it down at the bottom. Fresh one, that's what we're going to do our pancakes in. But I'm using the expander system with the top layer, and we're just going to put our mushrooms up here. So I put them towards the back so that the thermometer doesn't stick into the pan, and then we'll let that bottom pan heat up.
Okay,
so using the 3 layers, two of the 3 layers at once.
Someone else has just asked, how much are the Weber skewers for the large Let's Q, please?
The Weber skewers for the large Let's Q, I think I paid 60 something pounds. I bought them from online from a garden centre. However, one of the big green egg resellers is about to get a big shipment of them, and then I will change the link that's on my website to them. I'd rather give business to people we know. So yeah, and I think they'll be 63. They should be 67 pounds, something like that. Right, hurry. Oh, smells divine. Are we happy with that? So I'm going into a bit of monkfish. 68 degrees, that's done. Right, so we'll take this off. I know it's absolutely freezing out here. We'll just put it to one side and hopefully it stayed warm enough for us. I have another wok. It's in there. So I'm going to let that warm, and while I go and fetch the rice, because I've left it in the fridge,
Okay.
you can talk to people.
Okay, thanks.
Have some more champagne.
So this is the curry that we have just taken off. So it's a monkfish curry with coconut milk, some green beans, some fresh tomatoes. The monkfish was marinated in I think he said lime juice with some turmeric in advance. So yeah, we're going to have that in a bit. Husband's prepared the rice a little bit earlier.
So this is cooked, pre-cooked rice. So it's basmati rice. Just do a little bit of tidying up, so I've got somewhere to put it. Ideally, cook it, lay out flat like this. So this is just one cupful. Lay it out flat like that, and then put it in your fridge straight away to cool it down quickly. I think we went through this last time, but rice is cold rice, reheating it or cooling it down and then reheating it is the #1 source of food poisoning. So ideally what you want to do is take it from hot to cold as fast as possible, and then cold to hot as fast as possible, because that bit in the middle is where all the bacteria get in, and it's not good.
So someone has suggested you could do prawns instead of monkfish. I think that would work in that curry as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I've got a hot wok. So we're going to go in with some groundnut oil. Get that in there. 2 or 3 tablespoons. I'm going to go in with black mustard seeds. Now these are going to crackle. So we're going to go in with a teaspoon or so black mustard seeds. So you can see why I was charging
Beautifully
around.
measured, beautifully measured.
Oh yeah, always. So you can see they're already beginning to pop, crackle, they're flying out. So we're going in with garlic and ginger. This is about a thumb of ginger, about a tablespoon and a half, something like that, of garlic and ginger paste. So I've just 50-50 mix the two.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I missed a question, so Andrea has kindly just prompted me. Why don't you sell the Let's Q skewers? Do Let's Q do skewers?
Let's Q's don't do skewers yet that I'm aware of. If they do, I will talk to Peter and I'll get them. No, I have talked to them about them. They're not ready yet. There will be Let's Q skewers for the Let's Q, but they're not in production yet.
So hence that's why we have sourced alternative skewers, so that we can use them. There was a set that you bought that you had to chop down.
Yeah,
there,
I have bought some only fire ones which work, but they work perfectly in the extra large. In the large, you need to cut them down slightly, which I just did with a pair of tin snips. So I knew that.
Oh, apparently someone else has said they do. So
no, they catch the edges. Whoa, right, don't go too. Right.
Sorry, Parky, are you saying that you've got Let's Q skewers? Sorry, I'm trying to.
We're going in with the rice. So we've got rice in there.
Simon, you know what he's like with his Diet Coke.
American champagne, they call that.
Is it? I've never heard that.
Oh yeah, American champagne. Where is it? It's over here, look. Yeah.
Okay, so someone else has asked, what was the narrow cage you were using in the week?
That was a fish basket.
Okay.
I'm going in with half a teaspoon of turmeric in here. Whoa, that nearly went.
Okay, so just have a recap. So we've got mustard seeds.
We've got mustard seeds, we've got garlic, we've got ginger, we've now got a bit of turmeric in there. We've got our basmati rice, which we'd cooked earlier and chilled. So now we're just putting a bit of colour on it. We are going to put in bit of black pepper and a bit of lemon zest. So the zest of 1 lemon and about a teaspoon of black pepper going in. Just keep moving this. What you don't want to do is catch it. And then we'll get onto our pancakes, because our pan should be lovely and warm. Hopefully not too warm.
So have you got a link to the fish basket on the...
Yes, there is a link. If you go onto Let's Q page in my shop, there is a link to that fish basket. For those that want to know. It's that the skewer goes through the hole, and this top bit can go at different levels for thicker and thinner fish. It's actually quite good. And then it just
you did some chicken legs in it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. It's looking good. Lovely colour, good bit of taste. Don't want to go too much more. You've all seen it plenty of times before. My trusty lemon squeezer. So we're going to go in with the juice of 2 lemons, so nice and lemony. We did it in the week and with 1 lemon and wanted more, so we're going with 2 today.
Yeah, I think I just adjust you to your own palate, really.
Yeah, done. Stir it.
Have you got something, a receptacle to put that in? I'm just going to take it off the heat.
Let's take it off the heat and then we're going to serve it.
Morning, Chris. Morning, Rach. So, Chris and Rach, they just joined. This
Morning, Chubby. Chubby's my brother. Rach is his wife.
And then we have
Right,
just finished
right.
monkfish curry.
Now, obviously, you could have tipped out of 1 wok, cleaned it out.
Exactly, you've just preempted. That was a very good point. Someone's just said...
I am just lazy, not lazy, but...
so someone has just said, we've only got 1 wok. Would you do the curry in a pan and the rice in the wok, or the other way round?
No, I do them both in the wok and just give it a wipe out in between.
Yeah, I'd cook the curry first, take it and put it in another pan so you can keep it warm, and then you can do the rice, because the rice doesn't take that long because you've pre-cooked it. So, Sam, hopefully that gives you a bit of guidance. Morning, UK barbecue.
Who's that?
UK barbecue. I don't know who that is.
I should know this. I want to say Dan. Right. Bit of our monkfish curry over the top. Get some of that sauce. Now, don't let me forget to take a photo of this afterwards for the recipe. Pop that down there.
Sorry.
While she's off camera drinking champagne. Have to watch the beginning if you didn't. I'm just going to go on with a little bit of coriander. Might put a bit more sauce in. This is going to end in tears, isn't it?
Why don't you move the bowl closer?
Yeah. It's always one, smart. So, our first dish, one you've been asking for ages, Sri Lankan monkfish curry with a lemon rice. I'm sure it's delicious. I didn't bring a fork out. Right, let's go back to our other egg now.
Okay.
So, in here, on the top, starting to brown, which is good. So we've got our mushrooms and our onions. Hopefully you can see that up top. But they're just sitting up top, keeping warm, carrying on cooking. I'll slide that back and hook it on. Down below, we have our pan.
So for those that have just joined, that is a pancake batter with some toasted corn that Nick had cooked on the egg a bit earlier, and then he'd sliced the kernels off and popped them in there.
So hopefully this isn't too hot, but we're about to find out. We're going into our pan with a bit of butter. We're going to go in with a bit of our batter mix. We'll do 3 to start. Oh, it's a bit brown. I've burnt the butter. Oh well. We'll get the lid.
Note to self: keep an eye on your temperature.
Yeah, got it a bit hot, but we'll wing it. I'm going to shut that a little bit more. Shut that down a little bit more. And hopefully that cool batter will cool it down. So are there any questions?
Don't think I've missed any. Oh, sorry.
We do this every week, don't we? Champagne and barbecue. It's the way to do it, isn't it? It's our wedding anniversary for those who joined late. Beautiful. Right. Where is my fish slice?
Okay. Done quite well.
I think we're not far, not bad. Not as bad as I thought they'd be. I'm just checking the colour underneath. They're another 10-20 seconds and they're going to be perfect. The beauty of doing them in a cast iron pan, it's not going to stick to the bottom. As long as you've built up that non-sticks, you know, used enough oil in it, keep them from rusting, then they're going to be absolutely spot on for pancakes. So,
Okay, so someone says,
I'll push this back so you can see it.
do you have to use the wok on the expander system?
You have to have the expander basket at the bottom, and I can show you one of those after I flip these. So let's flip these over.
Welcome, Johan. Thank you for the... Oh,
Come in here.
Chef,
Sorry,
just-
I need to. It's a dodgy angle. Look at those. I think everyone will be happy with those. We'll bring this back. Right, sauce at the top. Just covered myself in it. Bit of double cream going in. Bit more double cream going in. Exactly 200 millilitres. I think you'll find. I'm waiting for my brother to give me grief, like he did last week.
Do you know what... someone's asked about stock of woks. Do you know what...
Stock of woks, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I have a few here for sure.
okay. Andrea's
but not-
kindly noted, I think someone asked
we'll
about
come
them,
back
so...
to that. Right, let's take these off before I burn them, I think. A tiny bit longer, tiny. I'm gonna wait and take them off. Yeah, it just started raining on my plate. So, let's flip one over so you can see. Look at those. So we'll take those off. Could do another lot, really, couldn't I? But we'll stick with those three. So, I'm going to leave that pan down there. But what I am going to do is go and chop a bit of parsley to go in our sauce.
Okay, so someone's just asked about your gloves. So have you still got a link on the...
Yeah, if you go on the website, I'm just going to chop some parsley to go in that sauce. But on my website at the top, second menu from the right, I can't think what it's called, but it says barbecue essentials. Go in there. There's a link to them on Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
And if you follow the link, I get paid. I think it's about 2p this week. Last week it was, the week before last it was a penny. Week after before that, last week I think it was 3p. But so this week it can be 2p. Right, we're going to go in with some parsley into our sauce. Give it a nice stir.
We didn't use all this sauce
I know what we need.
earlier in the week, so I actually used it on some jacket potatoes. It was really nice.
Delish. Know what we need to do in our thing? Forgotten. Now this is a bit hot now, so I'm going to take it out for a second. Let it cool. Oh, forgot. Spoon.
Oh,
Need
that's
something
right.
in
You
there.
weren't on camera.
Oh, okay. I'll put that there. That will cool it quickly.
Okay, so
Bit of rainwater.
David, drop Nick a note if you're having problems with the website. We haven't had anyone else reporting.
We
any-
have.
Oh,
David. Oh, is that David Steele?
Yeah.
Yes. You seem to be the only one, David. Unless anyone else has had problems with the website, let me know. But it works perfectly for us. It's definitely working because we're getting inquiries and orders and everything.
okay, so Jane, we will try and feed back to Big Green Egg about your suggestion. So she said, so a couple of people say it's very slow and it doesn't work on an iPad.
What, my website?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
Should
will
do,
check
but-
that out for
yeah.
you. Right, I'm going to slide that back out the way. Don't fall off the back.
And someone said, can you persuade Big Green Egg not to take items off their website when they're out of stock? Just mark them as out of stock because it makes it difficult to plan wish lists.
I'm with you.
We'll feedback.
I'm absolutely with you. It's really frustrating for us as well.
Okay, so several people are saying it's a bit temperamental, your website.
Our website, okay. I think it's because I put these lovely new picture menus on, and I think that's what's doing it, so maybe I'll take them off. Right, I'm going in. We're just going to have a fried egg. So same pan.
Thanks for the feedback, guys. We will
Yeah.
try and make some
Same
refinements during the week.
Yeah, I'll just take the lovely picture menu off because it's obviously not working correctly. I think that's what it is. But yeah, right, where are we at? Pancakes are good to go. I need to just wipe the plate.
Where have you gone with the curry? Okay, let's just have another look at the curry.
Which is now. Good point though. If people can't get on the website, there's no point in being fancy.
Okay, so someone has just asked any tips for pork belly burnt ends.
Oh, pork belly burnt ends. I'll bring this over to the table while that egg cooks. Don't let me forget the egg.
Okay.
People. Pork belly burnt ends. Fabulous dish. For my big spoon.
I think I'll just stick here with running around.
We'll use this.
We'll get a bit dizzy.
Right. So we're going to put our first pancake in the middle of our plate. I'll take these off to the side. We'll get some of our lovely sauce, mushrooms and things.
Don't forget the egg.
The egg is on there. Bit of mushroom sauce.
Thanks.
You want it hanging out the eggs, out the side. Pancake on top. So these are toasted corn pancakes, American style savoury. I did less sauce today, by the way, than I did the other day. Another one. Bit more sauce. These were delicious. Delicious.
Egg.
Egg. Going for me egg. Let's move this out of the way.
Thanks for the suggestions, Franco. I'll mention that to the website editor.
Oh, a little bit more. So what does Franco say?
Your pictures might be too high in definition.
Probably.
Have a word for yourself.
Should know this. My background is IT, by the way. I did IT project management for 20 years before this.
Okay, so for people that don't know, we do everything. So the website Nick runs.
Yeah, we
posts,
are a two-person,
we do
1.5 person
everyone. There is
company.
no one else. No
Yeah.
one. We don't outsource the website or anything.
No,
so
it's all us.
it's
Everything.
just us. So just yeah.
One fried egg. Going on top.
Oh, and don't forget the.
A little bit of parsley. Don't know if this will work for camera, but we'll try. A couple of bits of lovely chilli. We have a toasted corn savoury pancake with a mushroom and onion sauce, fried egg on top, a little bit of parsley, a bit of chilies. Delish.
Okay, so we got distracted. Pork belly burnt ends.
Oh yeah, yes. So
Sorry, Matt.
pork belly burnt ends. So for those of you who don't know, burnt ends are normally associated with brisket. I'm going to come out a bit.
Okay, no
I
worries.
might as well have my glass now. We're done. Bang on schedule. So brisket, when you cook it, has got two muscles. It's got a flat and a point. So the bottom one is normally the point, the flat goes across the top. The point, the sticky out bit at the end, burns or tends to overcook. So what people started doing with them was cooking them, putting them in barbecue sauce, or chopping them up into little cubes, covering them in barbecue rub, and then putting them into barbecue sauce and cooking them so they come like beef candy. So what's happened now is people are starting to do the same, but you do it with pork belly. So you get a lot of pork belly, you chop it up into cubes, so about inch cubes. Put a load of barbecue sauce on, and barbecue rub on. Sorry, you want something sweet, so toss them in the barbecue rub, and then cook them. And it's same with everything. With those tougher cuts of meat, you need to get them up to 88 and above, really, for pork, degree C internal. And that's the point where all the connective tissue will start to break down. They'll become really moist. They'll become absolutely gorgeous. So you do that, and you can do that on a griddle and so on. Now, when you get close, get to that point, then you can put them then into some barbecue sauce for about half an hour, and just keep stirring them in really nice, sticky, sweet barbecue sauce, a bit of bourbon maybe, and they become a pork belly burnt end. There is no burnt end on a belly, but that's what they call them. PBB. Pork belly burnt, PBBE.
Yeah.
So you'll see that occasionally.
I think you've got a recipe for one of those.
There probably is a recipe for them on my website.
I think so.
Yeah, like pork candy. It's like eating sweets, but it tastes like pork. Absolutely delicious.
Do you want to do one final show of your curry?
Yeah. So yeah, pork belly burnt ends. So we've got our 2 dishes today with our glass of champagne. We have our Sri Lankan monkfish curry with a lemon rice, and we have our dripped on by the rain stack of toasted corn pancakes with a mushroom, can you see it on the back, mushroom and onion sauce, fried egg on top, and a bit of chilli. And I think those 2 are epic. We love this in the week, and I can't wait to tuck into that. Well, it's probably a bit cold now, so we might reheat it. So what do you want to do next? I like this, having champagne while we do the questions and stuff. What do you want us to do next week?
Someone suggested a Thai theme.
Okay, yeah, love Thai. Green curry, red curry, pad Thai. Could do all of those. Sorry, my nose is a bit... Should use my tissue, shouldn't I? Yeah, any other suggestions? No?
No, I'm just sorry. So lots of
comments.
lots of likes coming up and stuff. So I was just trying to see if any more comments were
It's a
going to come.
bit difficult with just 2 of us. It works much better when there's 3 of us. But unfortunately, Andy's not here. Andrea, she's in the palace. But we will see her on Zoom tonight.
Okay, so someone said satay, sea bass, burgers with a difference.
Oh, go back a few weeks for the burgers with a difference, or a lot of weeks. Go to the page, and it is slow to load because there are some images on it, a lot of images on it. Thanks, Franco. Go to the page, our live cooks page, and go back to it's probably June, July time.
Yeah.
We did a burger cook, and we did 5 totally different burgers. We did an Indian onion bhaji burger. We did a Mexican burger. We did a normal burger, a smash burger, I think it was. We did 2 others, and I can't even for the life of me remember what they are. But the photo at the top of the page at the moment on the live cooks is all the different burgers in a line. So have a look for that. Satay, I like.
Someone has said cooking on a wooden board.
It's not that exciting.
Cooking on a pink salt slab. We haven't got one of those.
No.
Don't ask him to.
They'll
no.
probably... I've seen people do it. I'm not convinced.
Okay, so that's quite I quite like that idea. My brother suggested a cooking class that kids could cook along with. So that might be, we can have.
We might do that on Zoom. Yeah, we might do that on Zoom. There's a guy called Rome Catering. So Ross at Rome Catering has done kids cooking classes over the last summer. So have a look.
I think what they're saying is they want you to do a cook that kids could easily follow.
Oh, okay. So they could, yeah. We'll do a kids. So we'll do it, and then you're not going to do it live. They're not going to do it with us. It's difficult, but we'll do some really easy cooks that the kids could do themselves. How about that?
Okay. Tartiflette keeps coming up.
Oh, Helena would hate that. I'd love it.
Someone said steak and dauphinoise.
Well, I've done the dauphinoise. That's up on the website. There's 2 different dauphinoise recipes on the website: a standard one and a bone marrow dauphinoise, where you take the bone marrow bone at the top and you let the bone marrow melt into the dauphinoise. It's epic.
A full Hawksmoor menu on the Expander System works with Melbeck. That's your brother.
Oh yeah, well we've done the Hawksmoor. We had the Hawksmoor box earlier in the year.
Oh, that's a new one. Smoked mackerel dauphinoise. That's from Mark's Smoked.
Yeah,
Fine
Mark's
Food.
got a recipe for that up on his website. So have a look at smokedfinefood.co.uk. Mark, it was his recipe that we butchered the other day to do the aubergine parmigiana Mark has done a smoked mackerel dauphinoise, so have a look at that. We could do it. The only trouble with that is it takes so long to cook, we can't do it in the 45 minutes that we've completely overrun. We're about to get cut off.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so lovely ideas. As ever, I'll put this up on YouTube. Please, if you haven't already, follow my YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers, because then we can do more neat stuff with YouTube. I know I'm only at nearly 600, but if you could follow us on YouTube, subscribe to us on YouTube, that would be fabulous. If you have bought stuff from us and you liked our service, you like what we do a review for us, either on Google Business Reviews or on our website. We have a reviews page. That'd be fabulous. That'd be lovely. If you've bought a product you really like, do a review for it. If you bought a product you really don't like, do a review for it. Tell other people not to buy it, because we don't want people to be buying rubbish. So I've put reviews up on all of the products and all of the recipes now. All the new recipes are getting so you can review them. So please do review them. So say how you've changed it, what you like to do. You know, I'm a cook, I'm not a chef. These recipes are to be messed with, to be played with. So
hi Steve, I haven't given you a shout out today. Barbecue Medit, very loyal follower on every week, so thank you very much.
Hey,
there is a
Steve,
lot of
Cheap
love
Pixie.
from for Thai.
For Thai, okay.
Maybe some Thai street food, people have said.
Thai street food, right?
We could do a pad Thai, but I don't think we've done that yet.
No, we've not done a pad Thai. We love a pad Thai, but we do quite often do a green or a red curry. So we could do that. We could do a fish curry, some satay. I like the idea of that. Helena doesn't. She's not a big fan of satay, but I do.
Right.
Andrea definitely isn't. She hates peanuts. Okay, cool. Thai maybe. Next week will be Thai. Are we committing to that?
Yes.
Okay, next week is Thai. With that, can you now make sure that you all pray for Thai style weather for us? So a little bit warmer than 2 degrees and sleet and snow. And we'll see you then.
Oh, duck and peppercorn curry.
Oh yeah, duck. I do like a duck.
We've
actually got duck for dinner tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I might post some pictures of that. Yeah, do eat duck, by the way. It's cheap as chips. £9 for a whole duck. So it's cheaper than steak, and it's just as gorgeous. So
okay, you're at 23.
Right.
We're going to get cut off.
We're going to go.
Soon.
So thank you, everyone. I'll get all this posted. We'll see you next week, and I'll talk to some of you in the week if you want to buy stuff. All right. Cheers. Thank you.